Good morning. Look, this week in the Senate I'm going to be introducing legislation to remove the GST from tampons, to axe the tampon tax. The GST on tampons is something that people who menstruate have had to put up for far too long, being taxed on our biology. The tax on tampons and other sanitary products, it affects women, it affects transgendered people, and in particular it affects low-income people who often have to choose at the supermarket between whether they buy sanitary products because every month they menstruate or whether they can purchase enough food. This is a tax that has to go, and it needs federal leadership for it to go. The Commonwealth has got the power to remove this tax. Contrary to what we've been hearing over the last couple of weeks, we do not have to wait for the states to agree. The Commonwealth has the power to remove the tax, and the only way that it's going to happen is for the Commonwealth to show leadership and to bring the states along. The Greens have been showing leadership on this issue. We tried to move an amendment to a GST bill last year to remove the GST on tampons, and it was voted down in the Senate by both the government and Labor. We have been active on this issue for many years. It's going to require Commonwealth and federal leadership. In contrast, the Labor Party's promise to remove the tax on tampons and other sanitary products is a continuation of just talk. They have been talking about removing the GST on sanitary products for a very long time. In fact, for the last 17 years, they have promised to do so, and yet when they were in government, the Rudd-Gillard government, they had the opportunity and they did not act. They seem to have had a memory blank on it. So Labor's promise is just talk. They've only said that they will do it if they come to government and if they get all the states and territories to agree. So look, we should not have to wait. We can't just wait for this hypothetical situation of Labor coming into government and getting all the states and territories agree, because we've got the power to do it now. So I'm calling upon Labor and the government to get behind us, to move this legislation. It's very simple legislation, and we can axe this tax now, once and for all.
How would federal legislation?
Basically, the Commonwealth has got the power. We can move this legislation through the Parliament, and it would be enacted, and the GST would be removed. It's a convention. It's an agreement between the states and the Commonwealth that any changes to the GST have to be agreed by the states, but it's actually not law. The law is that the Commonwealth has got the power to impose and to remove taxes. Clearly, there need to be negotiation with the states, but basically we're talking about a tiny amount of money. It's $30 million a year, in contrast to the $62 billion overall that the states get from the GST. The states may need to have some compensation. They may need to have that offset. Look, $30 million from the federal government. They were able to pull $120 million out of their back pocket for the marriage postal vote plebiscite last year. They can easily increase money to the states by $30 million. But at the end of the day, it's the Commonwealth that has the power to change the legislation and to axe this hurtful tax. Thank you.